The connection between an elephant and its caretaker was harmonious for a long time. The keeper accidentally let a wild animal sleep in his cage one day, and the animal's reaction, "I was born in the wild," shocked everyone. Like other elephants in Thailand, he began his existence in the midst of exotic flora and fauna. While he may thrive in the wild, nobody could guarantee his safety. To make a sad story even worse, elephants have been listed as critically endangered in Thailand since 1986. It's the national animal, and people really like them. Nonetheless, my loved ones and I were in danger. There has been a dramatic decline in Thailand's once thriving elephant population. Logging is much to blame for this unfortunate reality. Now is the time when corporations ruthlessly fell forests for the sake of profit. Animals' lives are being sacrificed for the sake of humans all across the globe. Elephants in Thailand face an uphill battle for survival as a result of the destruction of their natural environment, the country's rainforests. That's why he was saved by Lek, whose real name is the optimistic Chelot. Thanks to her work with elephants in the wild, Lek is well known among environmentalists. She established the Conserve Elephants Foundation in Southeast Asia almost 20 years ago. Elephant Nature Parks is a refuge run by this organization in Chiang Mai, Thai. More than 70 elephants in the wild are safe there at the moment. The comparison between elephants and dogs may not make sense at first, but it can be made. Similar to groups that work to save dogs, Save Elephant charities are dedicated to assisting elephants in need by offering shelter and rehabilitation services. Despite their massive size, elephants are much like any other animal when it comes to their ability to think and feel. Lek is among the numerous persons that has a deep appreciation for the wild creatures, since she knows this to be true. Lake, thinking fondly of the elephants at her sanctuary, said, "From my experience, some animals are extremely timid. Others are amusing. Some are serious. Every one of the elephants have various personalities." To Eric, this is among the best aspects of animals, their similarity to us. Famai was unique since he was the only elephant to be rescued by the Lex charity. The day after Black discovered the environmentalist business there appeared to be Keepard, she realized that she had made the correct decision. When LEC first held the newborn elephant, a strong connection was developed between them. From that point on, the two were almost inseparable. Lick has saved many elephants over through the years, but the very first time she found a permanent home for an orphaned elephant stands out in her mind. That's why it came as such a surprise when Lex slept through the daylight hours before the big event on his farm. Upon first glance, the farm didn't seem to be abnormal in any way. I went on his normal routine of eating and roaming about. As he matured at the sanctuary, he made friends with several of the other orphaned elephants. Lacey was engaged with her responsibilities as sanctuary leader for the better part of the day. There were a number of pets that needed attention, as well as several financial issues. Lake never once grumbled about the time and effort required to manage the company. Animals were much more than simply a novelty or a source of aesthetic pleasure. Lake elephants have souls just like people, and so she felt as though she was achieving her life goal by committing all her time to protecting this endangered species. Even though Fama and Lake were finally reunited, the day was still quite warm as well as the air was rather humid, which might have bothered anybody. Nevertheless, elephants have acquired a capacity to cool themselves down in hot weather regions such as Southeast Africa or Asia are extremely heated all year round. Yet still elephants are capable of living there nicely. Upon first seeing her elephant companion, Lake felt a flood of overwhelming joy. Do you have any idea what this feeling was? Even though the elephant keepers had been waiting for her for a while, Lick was neither annoyed nor exhausted. She felt just delight. Knowing she had a loving friend to go to at the close of a difficult day was a great relief, and it was apparent from the elephant's gleaming eyes that he shared her feelings. There were just a handful of individuals in attendance, and they were all standing silently to the sides. They watched the duo, and several of them even got out their cameras. Since they realized this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, they started taking images and films. People had seen Lek and Farmer interact before, but it never got old to witness the huge beast treat such a little person with such kindness. A simple hand-on farming, I was all it took for Lex to start. The caretaker was gently caressing the animal's trunk, paying close attention to its calm demeanor. It was evident that Farmer felt exhausted, but like understood that the enormous animal frequently struggled to go slumber, as a kid farmer sometimes appears terrified to sleep alone himself. It was during this point that Leg performed something startling. She let me get some sleep. However, the smack was a light one, and definitely did not result in Farmer Hennyhouse. Even though that there was just one smack, the reaction from the individuals around them was astonishment. The elephant's response to the keeper's swat was remarkable. Without making any sound, the elephant dropped his huge bulk onto the ground. Yet the legs stay still, and after a minute, the hands have also fallen to the floor. She got close next to the elephant and lowered her head to rest on the hand that had been caressing the elephant's trunk while it slept. As others looked on in bewilderment and curiosity, someone's legs started to sing. At that moment, everything clicked for everyone. This keeper's and her closest elephant were having a tender moment, and the keeper's firming up her elephant's leg let her sleep better. Slapping may appear like an angry gesture, but here it's used to signify that the wind was carrying the tune of someone's bedtime legs. It had been a warm day, but the evenings were cooling down. The only sounds in the whole area were the soothing melody and the refreshing breeze from the washing machine. Whether elephants really react to music is a topic of little investigation. The tender exchange among LEC and Pharma shows, however, that the power of music extends well beyond its aesthetic benefits. Elephants respond to lullabies the same way as humans do. Apparently, it wasn't the only time LEC did sleep off for a while, but it was the first time anybody had recorded it on film. This was due to the fact that our family had been dealing with sleeplessness ever since he had been a newborn. Luke was the elephant's principal caretaker, so she spent a lot of time throughout the years attempting to get him to sleep. Getting the big beast to relax had been an exercise in trial and error for quite some time. The keeper and the elephant developed a ritual where she would smack the farmer or gently beat him with a cloth or a towel before putting him to bed and singing to him. Lake has been a lifesaver for numerous people, and she is still making strides in the conservation movement today. Contrary to what one would assume from the name of the group, Lake has saved more than just wild elephants. In reality, other wild animals like boars and buffaloes also find refuge in the sanctuary. The Lex organization has also helped preserve many cats and dogs, among other domesticated animals. Our first slap on the farm was widely shared, and now I know why. More photos and videos have been captured of the elephant caretaker and her loving pet. A video showing someone striking an elephant using a towel or cloth has gone viral on the internet. The animal would not be seriously harmed by this, and those who have all the facts. Knowing this is for the best has strengthened the relationship between the captain and her elephant over the last several years. What did you think would happen next in the story? Comment below and tell me what you think of the article. Please tell me about it. It would be great to have you back in another video.